Hi Aquarius, welcome to your August 2021 astrological forecast. The month starts off with the Sun and Mercury still in Leo. There's a new moon in Leo on the 8th also. Where you have Leo in your chart as your 7th house, it's your opposite sign. Okay, so your focal point right now with the Sun being here like since the end of July would be your close relationships. That's what the 7th house is, mostly, okay? Your romantic relationship, business relationship, or even just a close friend. This is also the house of open enemies and competitors, consultants of any kind, professionals that you would consult, many things. It's one of the houses of contracts too, okay? So even like around this time, okay, this new moon of the 8th is a time where if you wanted to change any kind of arrangement or agreement that you have with someone, especially a business partner or even a romantic partner, maybe there's something in your relationship that isn't going the way you would like it to, and this would be the time to bring something like that up and to change it during this new moon. Okay, that's the best time. It starts, that's exactly what it means, new moon. It starts a new beginning wherever it is at this time. So we'll say a new beginning in one of your relationships. Okay, there's a full moon. Okay, you get a second full moon in your sign. There's 2 in a row here on the 22nd. Okay, in your first house in Aquarius. So around that time, maybe you could remember what happened last month when you had the full moon in your sign, but probably not too big of a deal. Full moons just make you want to clear the air. Okay, so maybe whatever you changed or tried to change during that new moon of the 8th is coming back now, and someone's trying to fall back to their old ways or something like that. Maybe they're trying to break the arrangement that you set up or thought was in place or was okay, you know, with them or with anyone. So around that time, you know, you may have to just speak up again and set that straight. You know, it's not like a very big deal. It just makes you, full moon in your first house just makes you really want to take care of something. You're tired of dealing with it already. Why does it keep coming up? You thought you had dealt with it, or you thought that whomever it is that you're dealing with knew exactly how you felt about whatever and knew better than to do whatever it was they did or said or whatever, you know. So you'll just, you know, get it up and out of the way. That's all. Now the Sun moves into Virgo on the 22nd, and Mercury moves into Virgo on the 11th. Venus is in Virgo up until the 15th, and Mars is in Virgo all month. Okay, so where you have Virgo in your chart is your 8th house of other people's resources and money. It's jointly held property and even jointly held debt, okay, and credit though, but it's the house of money coming to you through means other than earning it, such as a insurance payout, a legal settlement, a refund of some kind, even a refund from like the IRS, taxes or something. It's legacies and inheritances, and it's prize money. So, you know, this could be the topic of conversation even with a partner. And if it is a business partner, it could be, especially having Mars here right now, maybe your partner, no matter who they are, business and or romantic even, maybe they want to spend the money that you guys have a certain way, or they are spending way too much money for your liking. You know, you're keeping an eye on the books and stuff like that, you know, or even if it is a romantic partner or a spouse or something like that, You could really be checking out the credit card statements, some bank statements, things like that. So that could be what the topic of conversation is, that maybe might bring a little bit of an upset in a relationship. And even if it's like a friend, maybe they lent you money or you lent them money and they're not paying it back, or you lent them something. Okay, don't forget this is the house of resources also, so it doesn't necessarily have to be money. So you could have lent them something and they're not giving it back, or they broke it, or whatever, you know, who knows. So this is, you know, where your focal point will be, like into like mid-September. So having Mars here, though, does make you want to go after what's yours. You know, so if somebody does have something of yours, you'll be getting it back. Whether they know it or not, you're going to be getting it back. Okay? Or if there is money that it was supposed to come to you, for whatever reason it was delayed, or you can't track it down or something or other, Mars here will help you do that. You'll speak to the right people, finally, that will be able to track whatever happened to your money. Or a legacy of some kind. Doesn't always have to be money. It could be something that was left to you, heirloom, or anything. Venus actually moves into Libra on the 16th, and Mercury moves into Libra on the 30th. But I'll cover Mercury next month because it's not here long enough to make an impact on you. And Venus in Libra in your 9th house. That's where you have the sign of Libra. The 9th house is foreign anything, foreign travel and foreign people. Foreign countries, languages, just people who live at a distance even, but it's a foreign culture. At this time you might even, just having Venus here means that maybe you're possibly in touch with someone who is from another country or lives in another country. Could be somebody who actually just lives at a distance. It's a time where you have pleasant conversations with them. You could even be doing something like calling for a recipe, even if it's to call home. But it's a recipe that is a foreign dish. Okay, something like that. But this is also the house of, you know, foreign travel, and doesn't really, having Venus here doesn't really bring about actual travel, but it does have you possibly, I don't know, watching the Travel Channel, or leafing through brochures, or daydreaming about being in another country, or even if it's just lying on the beach or something somewhere or other. But wherever Venus is, it brings about pleasant times. So I would have to say that you would have an awful lot of good times with anyone that you have some kind of discussion about philosophy, their philosophy, yours, life in general, period. Having Venus here brings about really nice, pretty philosophical kind of conversations, but it steers away from controversial or taboo subjects like religion or something like that. Okay. All of the planets, okay, the outer planets, Jupiter through Pluto, are in retrograde motion, except for the planet Uranus, which will turn retrograde on the 19th, and then all of these planets will be in retrograde motion. And all that means is their impact has slowed down somewhat wherever they're transiting, and it's a good time to review whatever's been going on in that area. And you can even change your mind at this time, or find out information that wasn't available before. And let's see here, where you have, okay, Uranus in Taurus in your 4th house. That's where this is going to be going retrograde. So your 4th house is your family, where you actually physically live and the property surrounding it, but it's the people you live with, even like a roommate or something like that, or even if you live alone, it's still your family. Okay, you don't necessarily have to live with your family. It's your childhood and your past, okay, how you were raised. You could actually, it seems, change your mind about, let's say, if you do have a roommate, you may decide that maybe either way, living with them isn't so much fun, or living with them is actually fun. Maybe you might find out even a little bit more about, let's say, like your home or the property. Find out that there's something a little bit unusual about it that you didn't know about. Maybe the previous tenants or something, or you know, who owned the land possibly that you live on, or also there's a time where you may find out a little bit something about your past, your childhood, something maybe that you really didn't know about. Could be that maybe no one thought it was important enough to tell you about, but it turns out that it's probably something pretty important to you, and you wish you would have known sooner. Okay. The best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Aquarius on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Leo, and those dates are the 7th, 8th, and 9th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, any kind of gambling or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 16th, 17th, 29th, 30th, and 31st. The best time for money is the 9th, 10th, 11th, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. The best time for your career is the 14th and 15th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 11th, 12th, 13th, 24th, 25th, and 26th. I hope you enjoyed your astrological forecast for August. Be sure to check out my weekly forecast, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Check out Ask Me a Question. It's in the description below this video, and there's also a link there to my website if you would like to have your chart done. I will see you next week. Goodbye.